gentleman from Minnesota, Mr. Stauber, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Ranking Member Luke Mayer, for holding this hearing. And I know this hearing is about the budget, but I would like to use my time to talk about WOTUS, the Waters of the United States. As everyone well knows, small business owners, farmers and ranchers were very negatively impacted by the Obama-era Waters of the United States rule. It expanded federal jurisdiction far beyond what was authorized by Congress and resulted in the burdensome requirements and widespread legal uncertainty for Americans across this nation and small businesses. The Trump administration rightly chose to heed the concerns of these small businesses and entities and created the Navigable Waters Protection Rule. Unfortunately, the EPA is back to interpreting the WOTUS rule and actually announced their intention to revise the WOTUS rule and make it even worse. Administrator Guzman, given that you are supposed to be the leading champion for small business, can you give me specific examples of what you have done to speak with small businesses on this topic? And furthermore, can you give me an example of an instance where you've heard a comment from a small business owner and actually conveyed that concern to another agency like the EPA in this case, as they look to revise the rule?
Thank you. We do have our ombudsman office that works regularly with small businesses through regulatory fairness boards across the country, and they have received concerns about this and continue to work with small businesses. Not directly. I have not spoken to any of those businesses directly.
So you can't give me an example?
I've not spoken directly to a business on this issue, but I know that my ombudsman office has connected with small businesses. In addition, as you know, the Office of Advocacy tracks all regulations.
Have you reviewed the Small Business Office of Advocacy's numerous concerns with the EPA's handling of the WOTUS rule?
I am familiar with Office of Advocacy's work and have seen some of their statements and have spoken to our acting advocate, Major Clark.
And are you aware that they have yet to convene an official small business panel in accordance with the Regulatory Flexibility Act?
I am not aware that he has not yet done that, but we connect regularly with the Office of Advocate. I have a regular meeting, and so I'll make sure that I can relay your concerns.
And then you will have them hold the official business panel?
I will talk to them about that, yes, and follow up with your team as well to find out that timing.
I appreciate that. And then can you explain for the committee, as Mr. Clark from the Office of Advocacy did for our subcommittee a few weeks ago, why going through an official SBA panel is so important to understanding the significant economic impacts the WOTUS rule will have on small businesses and small entities?
I can follow up with you on that and provide more specifics, but I would not be able to comment further on it.
Do you believe that a SBA panel is important to recognize the small business concerns?
I am not familiar. I need to follow up with you on that, and I definitely will.
Okay. Will you commit to working with the EPA to ensure the SBA panel is held?
On this issue specifically, now that you have flagged it for me, and I know it's an issue that advocacy continues to track, and it's a significant one for small businesses, I will definitely follow up as well.
Thank you. And then, Madam Chair, I'd like to enter into the record the comments of the Office of Advocacy submitted to the EPA regarding the proposed rule revisions to WOTUS.
Without objection, so.
Thank you very much. I have a little over a minute yet. Congressman Donald's asked you a question, and he ran out of time. So I'll just ask it again. What has the Biden administration taken to help the middle class and small businesses reference the inflation?
The president has taken action on energy costs, as well as trying to focus on pocketbook issues within this budget.
Tell me about energy costs.
He has made available the $1 million barrels a day to try to control some of the gas costs, which we know are affecting our small businesses. Right. But there's also pocketbook issues, and the budget directly addresses some of those, such as child care.
The Strategic Petroleum Reserve is what you're referring to, right? 180 million barrels?
$1 million barrels a day, I believe, through days? June. Correct.
The Strategic Petroleum Reserve really should be held for national emergencies, not failed policies. I think you recognize that. So my concern right now is the administration isn't acting quick enough with the inflationary costs going up on small businesses.
And if
I think that we need to. We're really looking for your leadership when you're in the meetings with President Biden and his cabinet to really support small businesses. So I look forward to the hearing. And my time's up, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. I want to thank Administrator Guzman